Call!
Welcome inside to South Campus. It's the home of the Bears. We're already getting ready. We're starting early. I love it. Josh Dorr, alongside Zach Chapman, myself, Eli Teichel, getting ready to kick off senior night here in White Bear Lake. Made the hour and 15-minute drive all the way back from St. Cloud just for this special night. As we are underway, Treichel's kick lands around the 35-yard line, received by Totino-Grace, shifting, looking for some kind of hold. Return.
Number 7, Ben Sherrockman on the return for the Eagles.
5. And that's where things will start for the White Bear Lake Bears, coming off back-to-back wins. They got the win last week against Osceola. It was a really good win for the Bears, shutting them out 23-0. And what was, we can say, nothing but exciting and interesting and intriguing. 2 power outages. We're praying there will not be one tonight.
Commentator's curse just happened right there, folks.
Run up the middle and a solid gain on first down. Totino-Grace coming into the game,
Justin Koharski, the ball carrier.
having quite a bit on the ground, led by E.J. Mathis.
Second down and 6.
They've been solid in the run game. They've used others to bounce outside. Totino-Grace coming into tonight, they've struggled quite a bit. They're 1-6 as their record would show. They won their first game non-conference against Mounds View, a familiar foe for the Bears. But Totino, ever since that week 1, they have dropped 6 straight, including a heartbreaker on senior night as the ball is out. And the Bears, on the second play from scrimmage, believe they have it, and they do.
Koharski, the ball carrier, fumbles. The ball recovered by the Bears. Time for injury.
Not exactly what you want to see, as the defense already making a huge play. There's another run up the A-gap. White Bear Lake player down, unable to see who it is. Not the sight you want to see. We are 51 seconds into this game, 11:09 remain. As we mentioned earlier, on StreamYard, on YouTube, on Twitter, Facebook, wherever the comments went. We are short-staffed tonight, only a couple of us, enough to run camera and enough to run graphics. We unfortunately will not have a clock tonight. We apologize for the inconvenience in that regard, but I will try to give you as many updates in terms of time, in terms of down, in terms of where the ball is. It'll be at the 37-yard line when play resumes, with the players still down, still on the field. We still have no clue who it is. And he is up, and that is a linebacker and also the punter if it's not Knutson. Emilio Stanton, the one on the ground, and I believe he was out on defense the very last play of last week, guys. He also was shaken up on the play, so he comes in for defense, and when it's been 3 plays, that's twice he's been on the ground. This one, it took a little bit longer to get up. It looks like he's walking on his own power, gingerly, but it looks that way.
And, you know, I wonder if it's just a little bit of tightness early. It is senior night, so the Bears didn't have their normal warm-up, a little bit of extra standing around early tonight. Maybe that has something to do
Gain
with
of 5 yards on the play. Second down and 5.
Chris Heim, run up the middle, gain of 5 for the Bears, 2nd and 5. Chris Heim coming in as one of the few lead backs that they use. They also love to use Lipscomb. Rashawn breaks, coming off of sweeps, as they will give it again, once again to Chris Heim.
I'm the ball carrier. Tackle on number 9, Will Russell. Gain of 1 yard on the play, sets up
Chris
first down.
Heim gaining 1 yard on the play. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Bears. Placed on Totino-Grace's 31-yard line.
It's absolutely incredible.
We are reaching the 10-minute mark here in the first quarter. Knutson under center, takes the snap. Once again, it's Chris Heim, just plunges forward. It looks like he has enough for a first down from our view. He does. The chains will move.
Gain of 5 yards on the play.
Gain of 5 and enough for White Bear Lake's first down of the evening.
What the hell is that?
And that's another White Bear Lake.
Chris Heim, 3 carries for 11
First
yards
attempt
to
of the
start.
Bears from the Eagle 26-yard line.
He ran to the sideline to get his break.
Oh, of course, yes.
Rashawn breaks out wide. Travis Dom shot. Near side to us. 2 receivers set. Keyshawn Lipscomb will get a carry in a pistol formation.
Lipscomb, the ball carrier.
And another solid game for the White Bear Lake Bears.
Gain of 4 yards on the play, sets up second down and 6.
Second and 6 coming up. Ball placed on the 22-yard line now. Vital Henderson comes into the ball game. Vital Henderson had a very good game last game. He was the only receiver to have a catch. He had 3 receptions for 86 yards, averaging 28.7 yards per reception, and he had a touchdown from Knutson last week as well. As Lipscomb again will get the carry, shoots the C gap.
It'll be a close one.
Brought down, it looks right on the markers where the line judge is standing.
Great question.
And it looks like it's going to be 3rd and short, 3rd
Gain
and
of 5
yard,
yards on the
maybe
play, sets up
inches.
third down and 1.
3rd down and 1, the official call. Under 8.5 to go here in the first quarter. White Bear Lake looking to get another first down, keep this drive going. It started off with a fumble on the very second play from scrimmage. Totino-Grace, they've struggled with turnovers as again it's Lipscomb, and again he goes up the middle, shoots the D-gap on the right-hand side through the right guard.
Gain of 3 yards on the
It's a
play,
gain of
and
3.
that's another White Bear Lake.
White Bear Lake will move the chains.
First and 10 for the Bears from the Eagle 14.
Vital Henderson checking back in again for White Bear Lake Bears. He's going to go out wide to the far side. Moving near side, it's Rashawn Breaks. So far, no Bears have been sent in motion. We'll see if that changes. Bears love to send personnel in motions as Knutson. Quick throw, and he was looking for Rashawn Breaks. He drops it. Would have been a short game.
Rashawn Breaks is incomplete.
Short game.
Second down and 10.
A couple white jerseys surrounded him. I think he was expecting a hit. More than likely, felt the pressure. Dropped the ball. It was an easy ball right in the money, right in the breadbasket, right in the chest. 7:36 to go. Second and 10 from the 14. Under center, Rashawn Breaks gets sent in motion. They're going to hand it off to the fullback on the play, and checking in, it's Paul Sather, who a couple weeks ago had a really good game against Anoka. Chris Heim, I believe, did not play. He got more playing time
1 yard
because
gain
of
on the
it.
play, that's a third down and 9.
He gets the carry there. It's a gain of 1, setting up 3rd and long for White Bear Lake. They're 13 yards out from the end zone. Lipscomb will get the carry again, and he is tripped up on the play, ran into his own man, Zach
Lipscomb, the ball
Bowman.
carrier.
And it's going to result in 4th down.
2 yards on the
And Coach
play.
Bartlett will
4th
send
down.
on the field goal unit for Eli Trico, who's had a solid game in terms of field
Second line
goal.
number 64.
He's
Jack
3 for
Bowman.
3 on the season. He's made a 28, a 34, and a 27-yarder coming into tonight. He has missed a few extra points as the hold, snap, and kick, no good, off the right upright. And Eli Trico misses his first ever field goal.
It was no good.
It looked good originally from here, and instead the upright declines it, and we remains scoreless. It'll be a turnover on downs at the 11-yard line where Totino-Grace will take over, and the Bears off of the turnover cannot
Eagles
capitalize.
take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard
They
line.
remain scoreless. Totino-Grace's offense, led by Nick Rahonen.
Looks like it, yeah. 2 back there.
Ronan gives the snap, shifting, working, and trying to find any room as Mathis.
Number 2, E.J. Mathis, the ball carrier.
Lead back for the Eagles.
Where's he at? 22?
Short gain
Tackle by
on the
number
play.
12, Michael Delaney.
22.5.
Ball moved up to the
Gain of
22-yard
2.5
line.
on
Gain
the
of
play.
2
2nd
on
down.
the play. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Eagles as we have reached the halfway point here in quarter number 1 at the 6-minute mark. Ronan under center. Mathis, the tailback. Play action on the play, rolls to his right. Pass completed, still on his feet, going, breaking a tackle, and finally being brought down. Marquel Keaton. A solid gain, a solid play from the Eagles, and the biggest play from scrimmage results in the Eagles' first down of the evening, a gain of 22 on the play.
1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own 44-yard line.
Bears last week did not face a whole lot of play action. Interesting to see. It was a great design, quick rollout, quick release for Ronan, who once again goes under center. Sends him in motion, and not getting a whole lot. It's Keaton again.
Is that the ball carrier?
Try to set him up for back-to-back plays. Avoids a tackle for a big loss. Probably would
Two
be
first
a
by
loss of 4 or 5
Demarion
yards.
Pollard.
Able to get a yard or 2 back, but still a big loss. It is a loss
Loss
of
of 4 yards on the play.
He could
2nd
have
down
lost
and
a
14.
few more yards if he did not break the initial tackle. But yet again, we're looking at 2nd and long for the Eagles. We'll see what they draw up next.
You know, it'll kind of be interesting if the Eagles stay with that running game. I know last game, the Bears really locked down that running game.
4.5 minutes to go. Coming near side for the Eagles, it's Vince Zurek. And we have our first penalty marker
Penalty flag on the
of
field.
the evening.
Offsides on the White Bear Lake defense. A 5-yard penalty. Creates
Offsides
2nd
is
down
the
and
call,
9.
and that'll bring the ball 5 yards closer, and the Eagles will have a 2nd and 9 now, and that changes things a little bit more in favor of the Eagles. Better than 2nd and 14.
And that is really the only thing that was a negative out of the Bears, besides the power outages last game, was really just the fouls.
We're going to have another one.
Ronan pitches it to Mathis, looking for the right side, not able to find anything, and he's tackled for a loss of 1. It's going to be
Number 2,
3rd
E.J.
and long
Mathis, the ball carrier.
for the Eagles. Coming off of last game, E.J. Mathis, lead back, had 14 carries for 25 yards. He was shut down against the Champlin Park Rebels.
It's
Down!
That's 10 yards to go.
He's had bigger. He's had better in previous weeks. Somebody the Bears definitely need to keep their eye on. Ronan. This time will just drop straight back, looking to his right, firing and overthrowing him by quite a few yards. Was his intended receiver, Tyler Wagner. First target to Wagner, and in coverage for the Bears, it was Bennett Gilson. Incomplete pass, and it results in 4th down for the Eagles.
And the Bears just got pressured there right away. If anyone saw that, the center just kind of slipped there. Kind of got a free lane to the quarterback there.
And
We'll have our first punt of the evening. Ronan, the
number 19,
punter.
Dominic Anderson,
They
back
don't
to
have a
receive the White Bear
designated
Lake.
punter. Similarly to White Bear Lake, Gavin Knudsen handles quite a few of the punting duties. Stanton also will come in and be the designated punter if need be for the Bears as the kick continues to roll. Anderson, the punt returner, just lets it go. And the punt will be inside the 10
Ball down by the Eagles at the 8-yard line.
the 8-yard line
First and
of
10.
White Bear Lake. White Bear Lake will take over from their own 8. Much different field position than the first time around. First time around, they got the ball within the Eagles' 40-yard line. Now they will start inside their own 10. They were able to move the ball efficiently last go around. We'll see how they do this time. Resulted in a missed field goal from Eli Trickle, his first. We have 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
I'll run up the middle, just net right at the line. Maybe a yard on the play there for the Bears.
Lipscomb, the ball carrier.
Bears, what's at stake tonight? A win for White Bear Lake
Second down and 8.
would keep them in contention to possibly host a playoff game. It doesn't sound like it'll be guaranteed if they can beat Totino-Grace tonight. Obviously, Bears pretty favored coming in as a jet sweep over to Rayshawn Breaks, breaking a few tackles and a nice gain on second down.
Rayshawn breaks the ball carrier.
There's nothing guaranteed. If
That
they
line number
lose, they
14,
will
Michael
more than
Strong for the
likely,
Eagles.
I think it might even be guaranteed that the Bears will have to travel on the road for their first playoff game. But a win could change that. Last year. For those that remember, the Bears had a home playoff game. Did not go so well for White Bear Lake, ended up getting blown out.
Because the one ref
Looking to change that here, looking to advance past the first round.
He was at the 16, he's not the 17.
But first, it's the Eagles that's in front of them, and White Bear Lake
Timeout call
calls their
by
first
White Bear
timeout
Lake, their first
on 31.
Now.
White Bear Lake, last game, got off to a hot start. First quarter was very impressive for the Bears. In the first quarter, Chris Heim started with a 4-yard touchdown run, got the Bears up. And then Lipscomb also had a 7-yard carry as well that resulted in a TD run about that point after.
What's the time
The
telling?
third miss for Trico as it was blocked.
Acapulco Restaurante
The second quarter,
Mexicano.
Trico would end up reviving himself, getting more
Your Week
confidence.
7 meal sponsor, Jersey
Start of
Mike's.
the season,
And your
we
Week 8
converted
meal
in
sponsor,
the fourth
Wise
quarter.
Guy.
Bears convert on a 15-yard pass from Knudsen to Henderson. Resulted in a touchdown. That's how the Bears
Third down
ended
and
up
one
with
for
a
the Bears from their own
23-0
17.
victory. Oh, and by the way, in the midst of that, 2 separate power outages within a half an hour of each other. Knudsen under center will hand off to the fullback. And well enough for the first down is Chris Heim.
Chris Heim,
Checks
the ball
back in.
carrier.
Chris Heim hasn't had a carry since the
You have
first
2
three
yards on the
plays from
play, and
scrimmage.
that's
This
another
time he
White
will
Bear
gain
Lake. First and 10 for the
3
Bears
yards.
from their own 21-yard line.
Bears move the chains up to their own 21. 1.5 to go here in quarter number 1 from South Campus, from White Bear Stadium. Knudsen returns under center. And once again, it's Heim. This time he'll shoot to the B gap on the far side. Runs
Chris Heim,
behind
the ball
his
carrier.
left guard. This time not as productive as just a gain of 2, resulting in 2nd and 8.
Gain of 2 yards on the play.
And
Second
1
down and
minute
8.
to go. Maybe a play or 2 left here in this opening quarter. We remain scoreless. Vital Henderson out wide. Misdirection in what looked like a promising play to
Breaks the ball carrier.
Rayshawn Breaks. Ends up being stopped as he gets the second row of defenders toward that linebacker core.
Gain of 3 yards on the play. Sends up
Gain
third
of
down
3.
and 4.
We'll set up 3rd and 4, 30 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Bears will see if they get one more playoff or if they will be content and start things in the second quarter, switch sides of the field. Travis Domshot comes in and checks in.
And compared to the last game, the weather a little bit warmer, not as quite as windy, but still a brisk, about 40 degrees.
Ball tip, free shot breaks, gets his second target of the game, and it's incomplete. Tips could hang on as it did end up getting to him. But it's going to result in 4th down for the Bears, 4th and 5 coming up. They will switch sides of the field. They will be on their own 26, and more than likely a punt coming from Coach Bartlett. However, that does do it for the opening quarter. We will head to the second quarter. Things all even, no points put on. There was an opportunity. Eli Trickle hit the uprights, resulting in a quick and scoreless opening quarter.
And the
Football
greatest
fans, your
news,
attention, please.
no
You
power
are
outage.
currently missing a debit card.
I believe that power outage happened in the second quarter, though.
Please
If I'm remembering right.
Well, no, I just
describe what it is and where it's from and what your name
Cross
is.
your
More
fingers.
specifically, it will be yours once again.
I've taught that kid.
Oh, almost blocked there.
Domshot will end up punting this one. It takes a friendly White Bear Lake bounce, and Anderson will down
The
it
White Bear Lake punt is down
on
at
Totino's
the
34-yard line, and that's where
Totino-Grace
Totino will
takes
take
over
over
first down
on
against
downs.
Ball.
Totino coming off that loss to Champlin Park. It was heartbreaking on senior night. Final home game. Had a good first quarter. Ended up putting up 14 points. It started with a deep pass from Champlin Park as Will Brands found Tyler Wagner to set up Totino-Grace
First
on
and
the
10 Eagles at the
1-yard line,
134.
and Will Brands snuck it in. Man in motion for the Eagles. And we have offsides as the Bears jump.
Flags on the field.
Anyway, Will Brands getting the
Offsides
1-yard
on White Bear
touchdown.
Lake. Sets up first down and 5.
Again, it'll be interesting if the Eagles did their homework early. That was the hard count really got the Bears going last game.
It did indeed. Bears, for some reason, have trouble watching the ball. The Bears are not a team either that isn't, I would say, as disciplined as other teams, penalized more than their opponents. As Ronan takes the snap, hands off under center, gain of a couple.
Number 22, Justin Kaharski, the ball carrier.
Justin Kaharski, the ball carrier for the Eagles, setting up
Gain of 2 yards on the play.
second
down
and
and
3 after the foul. 11 and a half to go here in quarter number 2. Eagles coming off a tough loss. They lost 20-14, giving up a last few minutes. Big play. They had a pick 6 from the quarterback. Jet sweep from the Eagles this time.
Mark
Gets
Evans,
close
long
to the
yard.
marker. And coming up just short for the
Gain of 2 yards on
Eagles
the play.
was Keaton again.
It's third down! And 1 yard to go!
Alex Westad, greatest PA announcer that this world has ever seen, this world has ever heard. 3rd and short, Ronan. Hands off, going up the gut, stretching, and I believe they're going to mark him. They will give him the first
Kaharski, the ball
down.
carrier.
Justin Kaharski.
Gain of 1.5 yards on the play. Good enough for an
Gaining a
Eagle first
yard and a
down.
half. First down coming up for the Eagles. They will reset the chains, and they have moved the ball up to the Bears' the Eagles own 45-yard line, looking to get into Bears territory. Bears led by Michael Delaney. Their safety, who has been a stud
Time out on the field.
defender.
Taken by Totino-Grace. Their
Bears
first.
also up front have been led by Nick Asper. Got Player of the Week awarded by his teammates.
Well, we want that.
We'll have a timeout.
Football
on the
fans,
field.
your Applebee's players
It's
up
gonna
the
be
week 4
Winter
last
League
week.
second
Number 5 week was done
No,
by
it's
number
gonna be
14,
Totino-Grace's
Sal
first.
Anderson.
Both teams down to
Week number 6,
timeouts.
number 69, Zach
36
Bora. And the week 7 player of the week for your Bears was Nick Asper. And of course, we'd like to thank the Adams family for hosting a state party for our players after tonight's game. The state party is a place for our players to gather after the game free of
After the
drugs and alcohol.
timeout, the Eagles quickly rush up to the line. Ronan quickly will go under center.
22.
Hand it off directly to Justin Kaharski.
Kaharski, the ball carrier.
Kaharski, minimal game.
Back
Bears
by
were
number
looking for
58,
some kind of
Nick
flag. I
Asper.
believe it was Delaney who was looking for
Gain of 2 yards on the play. Second down.
penalty marker, maybe for a hold. So it's a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
What is this all about now? Seriously?
Another timeout.
Timeout Totino-Grace. Their second one remaining in this first half.
Well, you don't see that much. They run a play. Before they run the play, they call a timeout. They run a play, and then they call another timeout. And we are at the 10-minute mark to go here in quarter number 2, so it doesn't make any sense. Plenty of time. And they will burn 2 quick timeouts. Something you, like I said, don't see every day.
They're just drawing up a bigger play. The last time out really wasn't anything special. I was looking for them to make some kind of big shot down the field, maybe. But it was another one of those short run plays. It still looks like there's a little bit of confusion down there for the Eagles.
Home field advantage, maybe.
Shotgun for Ronan, takes the snap immediately, looks left, pass complete, and being brought down immediately.
Rogan's pass.
And it looks like they're going to mark
Number
it
19,
short of the
Vincent
first
Zurek.
down.
Pass completed to Zurek, his second reception of the night. Immediately brought down by what looked like Gilson.
Down.
3rd and short. 3rd and a yard, maybe less. Ball placed on the Bears' 46-yard line. Eagles quickly scroll up, maybe looking to get the Bears to jump off sides again, and they do.
Flag on the field.
Bears
Offsides
cannot
on the
keep
White
their
Bear
eyes
Lake.
on the football.
Result of the
The hard
penalty.
count continues
Equals an
to
Eagle
work
first down.
against White Bear Lake. They are now flagged twice. They've given up 10 yards, but this time it gives a fresh set of downs to Totino-Grace, and the Eagles will
First
set up
attempt for
shop
Eagles
on the
on the White
Bears
Bear Lake
41, and
41.
they'll go again. Quick as ever. We'll see if they give it a third time. They'll snap it right away.
22.
And shooting up for a solid gain on first
Justin Kaharski, the
down
ball carrier.
is Justin Kaharski. Kaharski getting a little more playing time, a little more snaps than Mathis. Mathis started the game at tailback. He now
Gain of
checks
5
back
yards
in,
on the
but
play.
Kaharski
Second down and 5.
getting some solid carries, a gain of 5, gaining half the chunk of yardage, and 2nd and 5 from the Bears 36. Totino-Grace marching down the field, and the offense starting to find some rhythm.
5 for this contact. We'll take it.
Ronan gives to Mathis. Mathis runs straight into
Mathis, the ball
Stan.
carrier.
there to make the stop. Emilio Stanton, who is
Number
injured.
24, Emilio
Second play from
Stanton.
scrimmage. Back in the ball game. He makes the play. Jog off
Down. 3 yards to go.
Ronan back under center. Looked like another Bears player jumped. No flag. Ronan hands off to Kaharski. And Kaharski this time stopped.
Kaharski, the ball carrier.
He will end up losing a yard or two.
Met in the backfield by Nick
And it'll set
Asper.
up fourth down for
Fourth
the Eagles.
down.
So the Bears finally able to get a stop. Well without field goal range. Eagles kind of in that no man's territory here in high school football where not too close for a punt, but well far away
Fourth down.
quality kicker that you would see. And so they will go for it. 4th and 5. We are nearing the 7-minute mark. Bears looking for a crucial stop to keep this game scoreless drive. And Ronan will do what Bartlett likes to do, step back, kick it away. It's a short kick. And it'll be down at the 27-yard line. That's where the Bears will take over. So a very short kick.
From their own 17-yard line.
Maybe a punt of 9 yards.
Correction, 27, hashtag
Whitebear Lake will head out for their 3rd drive of the game. First 2 resulted in a missed field goal and a punt. It's been a little bit since Knutsen's back out of the field. We're at the 6:53 mark. Knutsen takes the snap, hands off. It's Lipscomb, and he had a burst of energy right off the bat.
Let's go the ball carrier.
And he'll gain about half of the chunky yards that they need on first down.
6-yard gain on the play, 2nd down and 4.
Lipscomb coming into the game for what we have stats, 46 carries for around 325 yards. He's been solid on the ground. He's been getting used more and more is what it seems like these past couple games. As he will line up in pistol formation. Knutsen takes the snap, slings it out to Vital Henderson, the other main receiver along with Rayshawn Brace in his offense. And he will pick up enough
Gain of
yardage
7 yards on the
for a first
play,
down.
and that's
off of a
another
couple
White
plays,
Bear
the
Lake.
Bears able to get a first down. They'll move the
1st and
chains
10 for the
and they'll
Bears
start
from
this
their own
drive.
40-yard line.
Only one jet sweep for Rayshawn Breaks. Very interesting to see that. He's been used quite a bit in the run game, arguably maybe even their best rusher. Coming in, he has had 32 carries for 270 yards roughly. They are missing a game, and the stat sheet is right on cue. He will get the sweep, the carry. However, it's read perfectly by the Eagles on the far side, and they will stop him after a gain of either 1 or maybe no gain at all.
It's kind of interesting that they have not run that play more. I know
No gain on
the
the
first
play.
half of the Bears last
Second
game,
down
that was
and
kind of
10.
their main run and butter. It seemed like those big chunk yards.
Yeah, Coach Bartlett, he loves sweeping Rayshawn Breaks. He got a lot of playing time last year. Getting a lot of playing time this year as he'll line up to the slot. Bottom of your screen along with Vital Henderson. Carry over. And it's Lipscomb again. We'll get the carry. Short gain on the play. It'll set up 3rd and quite a few. 3rd and 6 is what it looks like for the Bears with 4.5 minutes to go. 3rd and 7 will be the exact ruling. Travis Domshot will check in. He'll join the huddle for the Bears. Travis Domshot not getting a whole lot of looks his way, but will sometimes be used here and there in the offense. He has around 5 receptions for 67 yards for what we know of as the pass.
Newton's pass intended for number 11, Travis Domshot, is incomplete.
Literally threading the needle there. He had 4 or 5 defenders right around him.
Knudsen was looking for Dom's shot. However, as Josh mentioned, well covered. Probably a ball Knudsen shouldn't have thrown. And the Bears, for the second time tonight, will punt it away. It'll be Dom's shot. Handles the duties. Stanton dealing with that injury. And Knudsen not punting tonight. This one, nice leg on it, and not calling the fair catch and being brought down immediately was Josiah Young.
Josiah Young, met by a pair of Bears.
Much of last game, those punts.
This
I believe there
drive
were
starts
only
first and
2
10
punts
from
last
their
game.
goal.
One of them led to a muff from the opposing team.
Yeah, it was a struggle last game for Osseo on special teams. Bears definitely took advantage of the opportunities they were given, but here we go. Drive, I want to say number 4, maybe it's drive number 3 for the Eagles. However, 4:05 remaining here in quarter number 2. As the top of your screen says, it is scoreless as Mathis gets the sweep, tries to find the corner.
Number 2, E.J. Mathis, the ball
Bears
carrier.
don't allow him
Shoved out of bounds by Michael Delaney and Aiden Aiken.
kind of breathing room stopped
Immediately
immediately
on the play, second down
after
and
Young.
9.
And 2nd and 9 for the Eagles. Ronan from the shotgun takes the snap, looks right, decides to tuck it, but too late. Bears in the backfield. A couple of the men in black come in and take down the QB. It's going to be the first sack of the evening.
19-yard line, a loss of 7.
And it's a loss of 7 on the play, and 3rd and 16 coming up for the Eagles.
It's 3rd down.
They were going to run there.
No, Philip was going to get some emails tonight, I imagine. Oh, well, whatever.
Drop back,
5,
Ronan looking, has a man and incomplete.
Great coverage there by the Bears.
Another target for Keaton. Keaton had his man beat. It was kind of tight along the sideline. Running along was David Malark as well. A couple of corners in the area. Maybe not enough separation. Ronan putting the ball where only his receiver could put it, but it's overthrown. 4th down, and Eagles forced to punt away. Defense is coming up big from both sides, not allowing much. As Ronan punt. Received. And Delaney. A return for a little bit. Their ball looks like it might have come out. And
Looks like they're calling dead ball there.
yeah, ref looks like they're going to rule Delaney down.
Delaney on the return.
The Bears hang on, and it's placed at their own, or it's placed on the Eagles' 44-yard line. 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter before both teams head to the locker room, take a break. Bears have 2 timeouts if need be. The Eagles are down to 1.
And I think the Bears got a little lucky there. I think that was a really tight call.
Knudsen hands off to Lipscomb, tries to bounce outside, found
Lipscomb, the ball carrier.
but it's still
2 yards?
not enough.
Right?
Not a whole lot of yardage at all. Gain of
2 yards on the play.
2 on the
Second
play.
down and 8.
As this game is going on, that missed field goals act is looking a little bit more important. Not something I thought was going to really happen early on at the start of this game, but neither offenses really have gotten anything going yet.
No, both offenses have been shut down for the most part. As the snap taken from Knudsen, fakes a couple handoffs, finds his target, Pass complete, still on his feet, going, a blocker on the outside, dragging defenders and being tackled at the 2-yard line for the Bears.
Pass complete to number 88,
It's Josh Dotto.
That is just a senior playing on senior night right there, folks. That is just someone who's determined to get get a
Gain
touchdown.
of 39 yards on the play, and that's
Auger.
another White Bear leg.
Hear his name called
First
often.
and goal for the
Reception.
Bears.
He had Matt Courier out blocking for him on the edge, able to get more chunks of yardage. They're going to place the ball on the 3-yard line. And first and goal for the Bears. It's the first time anybody has been within the 10-yard line. The Bears looking to strike here at the end of the first half. 1:40 to go with clock ticking.
If you're the Bears, you need to get points here.
Chris Heim up the middle, and he's got a touchdown. Chris Heim
First time from 3
Breaking
yards out into the end zone for a White Bear leg.
the scoreless drought with
Touchdown.
1:36 remaining here in quarter number 2. Beautifully drawn up. Chris Heim, he was the first one to score a touchdown last week, and he's the first one to score a touchdown this week. For what we know, that is touchdown number 8.
Oh,
We are missing a game in stats as the extra point.
I'm not really sure what just happened
The
there.
new score reads Totino-Grace 0 and a White Bear leg 6.
Extra point goes for a little razzle dazzle and a little too.
I don't know if that was a plan. To me, that did not look planned at all.
Yeah, if it was planned, it was not executed properly. If the snap, I couldn't really tell if the snap was high or low.
And that may just have to do with a little bit of cold hands out there. It is, I gotta say, it's probably chopped under 40 out there now. Very brisk.
The score will remain 6-0. Point after attempt or 2-point, whatever it was, it's no good nonetheless. 1:36 to go for the Eagles to work with. They have one timeout remaining. We'll see if the Eagles try and go for any kind of points, try to go for the end zone, try to go for some type of field goal, or if they will be content.
They'll contend. Back deep to receive the Eli Trico
Couple run
pickup.
plays and see what happens. Trinkle set to kick off once again for the Bears. This one short lands at the 25, and it takes a roll out of bounds, and maybe now the Eagles will be thinking of a shot, as that'll put the ball up near the 35 or 40. Refs
After the pickup line.
placing the ball on the 40-yard line is what it looks.
It's almost like they're talking about recon.
Confusion out there.
Yes.
Can you make an announcement to the students? If there's anything flying, there's no warning you're done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can do. Eagles will have it first and 10 from their
They'll be on their own 35, and the ref signaling for a timeout. So I think we have some kind of confusion between the 5 officials here tonight.
And hopefully it is not a start of last game. A lot of confusion to the officials last game.
We'll go over the records again. Why not? As we play that beautiful.
That's where we are. Punting. So I'm not really sure.
So I believe then what it looks like is the referees gave the option for either a re-kick, the penalty on the re-kick, or if they take the ball at the 35-yard line. And it looks like Totino's coach elected to have a re-kick. It'll be kicked off on the Bears' own 35.
Matheson contend back to
That sounds
receive the
right.
kickoff.
I don't really know exactly what's happening. Nonetheless, we have a re-kick. Trico take 2. Once again, it's short. Lands at the 30. The Eagles muffed it. Getting back on it right away for the Eagles was Ben.
Bears have a player down.
Ben
Take
Shirachman,
over 1st and 10.
the guilty party who muffed it initially, able to fall right back onto it.
Students, a reminder
The net deals
that
was a little
anything
small to
being
the
thrown
feet
in the student section will be subject
up.
to immediate ejection from White Bear Lake Stadium.
Yeah.
Well,
You know, all the athletes
if the penalty was elected for a re-kick from the Eagles, it ended up actually costing them 2 yards. I don't know exactly if it was their choice. However, Ronan will go back under center. In motion is Molitor, who Ronan pitches and giving it
Kaharski, the ball
to
carrier.
Kaharski.
Tackle by
Getting
number
back to the
40,
line of
Austin
scrimmage.
Gibson.
It'll be 2nd down, 1:20 to go, and clock rolling.
No gain on the play, 2nd down and
Eagles
10.
deciding to huddle up. No sense of urgency is what it looks like. Maybe just trying to get to the locker room. Content with a 6-0 deficit.
I wonder if the Eagles are kind of wishing that they had those 2 timeouts that they used back to back there earlier in the quarter. It's just coming down to just under a minute left.
50 seconds to go. Snap.
Low.
Low. Fumbled a little bit, but they end up getting the double reverse to work and running and being tripped out of bounds, or at least along the sideline. They're going to say he's out of bounds. It's Keaton. Off the double sweep, I believe it was handed off to Mathis. Quickly pitches it to Keaton. Wraps around towards the near side on the bottom of your screen and was able to get close to midfield. They'll put the ball right at midfield. 38.6 seconds to go. Still a timeout to work with for the Eagles, but we'll see if this changes anything. Keaton will check out. Ronan. Under center. Kaharski in the backfield. Direct play action, and overthrowing his receiver, Josiah Young, ran a deep route, beat a couple defenders. Delaney came
Number 1,
over.
right Sean breaks
Safety and Anderson was on
2nd
coverage.
down and 10.
I believe it was Anderson. It also could have been Mueller as well. And it looks like it was Mueller who, rubbing his shoulder a little bit, has that club on his left arm. Eagles up at the line. Snap. Ronan muffs it. They're going to say incomplete. Bears believe that's a fumble that he lost grip. They're going to say it was forward hand motion, throwing motion.
Now, I think that's a little bit questionable. I think that ball is coming out for the forward pass.
Very awkward play from Ronan.
Down!
Nick Ronan.
And 10 yards to
It
go.
looked like it was a design screen, and as he was trying to get the ball out, never had control. It just came out awkwardly. Looked like it slipped. Bears thought it should have been a fumble, that he never really did have possession when he threw it. Threw his hand forward. Refs disagree. Otherwise, it results in 3rd and 10 from midfield. Keaton in motion. He'll get the handoff directly and being swarmed by Bears and eventually taken down by Volks. Jonte Volks getting the tackle. It'll be 4th and 10, 15 seconds. And we have a timeout. I believe the Bears, they will use their second timeout. 15.8 to go on the clock, and we'll maybe try and get something designed on either the punt or maybe hope for something.
He'll go back now.
Coach Bartlett still a little frustrated, still arguing that his hand was bent back, that he never really had it go forward before the ball was lost. It would have definitely given the Bears a better chance at scoring position, having the ball more than likely in enemy territory on the Eagles side of the 50. Instead of punt, it'll push them back at least a little farther, more than likely. You only have 15.8 seconds. Interesting to see what Coach Bartlett will do for White Bear Lake.
The weekly tradition that ends the dance line routine, as well as our senior nights for cheerleading and for dance lines. Make sure you stay in your seats for our halftime entertainment.
Ronan on as the punter.
4th down and 10.
Being his lead blocker is Will Brandt.
Delaney back deep to receive the Nickeroon and punt.
Will Brandt, who was in at quarterback last week, ended up getting a touchdown, guarding the current quarterback in Delaney. Calling a fair catch. Honestly surprised no flags get thrown when you call a fair catch and pull like Delaney looks like he's trying to do, but a clear fair catch in college or in pros or anything like that, that's a for sure flag. Can't do it, whether it's intentional or not.
And it'll be interesting to see what the Bears do here. They took a timeout like they're expecting that they're going to make some plays, but 10 seconds left. Cold high school game. So it'll be interesting to see if they come up with anything here.
10.7 seconds to go here in the second quarter. It's Knudsen who will just take a snap, take a knee, and that will do it here for the first half in White Bear Lake. Bears and Eagles having a defensive grudge match, resulting in a 6-0 game. 3 yards out. Chris Heim getting the carry and getting what maybe could be his 8th. He could have more touchdowns. As far as we know, he has 8 in stats in high school. It's hard to find completed. We have 6 games worth of stats. So we're going to roll with 8. But nonetheless, Bears with the lead. I believe they get the ball to start the second half as well. Be interesting to see what happens, what Coach Bartlett can draw up. Maybe a little tighter than what he would have liked and hoped, and maybe even thought coming into this one. But still looking good for the Bears. So Tino having a tough time driving, getting really one good drive, and it ended up falsely just ending inside the 40, and that will do it. So we will return. We'll take a short breather here from White Bear Stadium. We will get back to you when second half action returns. You have about 14 minutes before second half action starts here from White Bear Stadium. Stay tuned as you are watching White Bear Lake football
from the White Bear Lake area high school cheerleading teams and the White Bear Lake area dance line. We'll start by introducing our White Bear Lake cheerleading seniors. Starting with Trisha Johnson. Trisha is accompanied by her mom, Shannon, and her little sister, Scarlett. Trisha has been cheering for 8 years and a part of the White Bear Lake program for 5. After high school, she will be pursuing a bachelor's degree in nursing. Her favorite thing about White Bear Lake cheer is the coaches, the competitions, and when her hard work pays off. Senior cheerleader, Trisha Johnson.
I thought we had them all on mute.
Next up, we have Haley Lucas. Haley is accompanied by her mom, Gretchen. Haley has been cheering for 5 years. After high school, she plans to pursue a degree in education. Her favorite part about cheerleading is when a routine hits perfectly with her best friends on the competition mat. Senior cheerleader, Haley Lucas. And our final senior from cheerleading is Sammy Sherrick.
Really?
Sammy is accompanied by her mom, Terry,
I thought all the
dad,
lights were
Brian,
on.
and siblings Jeremy, Bailey, and Bree, and nephews Connor and Miles. Sammy has been in the White Bear Lake cheer program for 10 years. After high school, she will be pursuing a degree in sports medicine at Iowa State University in Ames, Iowa, and plans to continue cheerleading there for the Cyclones. Her favorite part about cheerleading is football games and learning new skills. Cheerleading senior, Sammy Sherrick. Once more, a big round of applause for your White Bear Lake Area High School cheerleading seniors. Teresa Johnson, Haley Lucas, and Sammy Sherrick.
Adapter thing. This one's too. I don't know what happened to the other one. It's not like it's.
Do you have a dongle
all
by
in mine
chance?
and I don't have one. So I have no idea where it got to.
Nick DeVette was when I took the phone in. I think he took the piece with it.
And now, the seniors for the White Bear Lake Dance Line. Our first senior for White Bear Lake Dance Line, Shayla Prankratz. Shayla is joined by her dad, Jason, mom, Tara, and grandma, Kathy. She has been on the dance line for 1 year. Some of her favorite memories include the team sleepover, meeting new people. She plans to attend Minnesota State University Mankato to become a dental hygienist. Dance line senior, Shayla Prankratz.
I'm surprised no one commented.
The next dance line senior, Megan Hansen. Megan is joined by her mom, Tracy, dad, Scott, and sister, Lindsay. She has been on the dance line for 4 years and is a captain this year. Her favorite dance line memory is her senior homecoming game performance. She hopes to become a chemical engineer. Dance line senior, Megan Hansen.
Odiambo.
Our next senior for the White Bear Lake Dance Line, Izzy Odiambo. Izzy is joined by her dad, Francis, and mom, Barb. She's been on the dance line for 4 years and is a captain this year. Her favorite memories include the homecoming games and getting to dance on the team with her older sister for 2 years. She plans to go to college in Colorado or Arizona to major in psychology. Senior dance line member, Izzy Odiambo. Our next senior for dance line, Kennedy Paunanen. Kennedy is joined by her mom, Susie, and dad, Keith. She's been on the dance line for 4 years. Her favorite memories include seeing the student sections singing and dancing along during their performances. She plans to study sports psychology in college. Senior dance line member, Kennedy Paunanen.
Nora.
And our final dance line senior, Nora Oslin. Nora is joined by her mom, Amy, and dad, Doug. She has kept the team organized as the manager for 3 years. One of her favorite memories is the time spent together in the locker room before performances. She plans to attend North Dakota State University, home of Bison, to become a veterinary technician. Dance line senior, Nora Oslin. Football fans, one more big round of applause for our dance line seniors.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this up. Turn the volume all the way up on your device as far as it can go. It has worked in the past. It will not sound great, but we're going to make it work.
Okay. You might want to just do it.
Hey.
And now, for the final time in the regular season, your White Bear Dance Line!
Can you guys not do the Chewbacca thing?
More Chewbacca.
More Chewbacca?
More Chewbacca.
Less Chewbacca.
More Chewbacca.
Less Chewbacca.
sound. I don't know what happened. Did we lose power out? We lost power on the dang speaker. That's what it is. Are you fucking serious? We lost power on the damn sound system. Yep, we lost power again.
Go Bears.
That means we lose power somewhere else, dude.
You overloaded it. Yeah, too much into the red.
Okay.
This is bound to happen.
Oh yeah.
When I was on the team, we went out at least once each year, so.
Well, now we're on 3 for 3.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. I don't know what to do about it.
Just so everybody knows, the power's out on the speakers. Sorry, we're working on it. We're 3 for 4 now.
Oh, son of a... Seriously?
Hey, good news, Zach. We didn't lose power yet. Knock on wood.
Okay.
Can you flip the switch there on the light itself? Okay, so it's not like the whole thing.
Let's go.
No, because we have power.
Half lights.
Do they need to know about it down there?
No, it won't affect them. It's just I won't be able to do anything. Can I try?
Yep, you can.
Nope, that is busted too. Okay.
None of these are labeled for that.
Hey, we could blame this on the power. We'd be like, we lost power to our mic. Come on. The game worked the whole time when I couldn't watch it, and now it's not
Can you
working.
go to YouTube in the morning? I want to see if we were this whole time.
No, my phone isn't working now.
God. Of course, it wasn't even a bad half either for me.
Oh, you did good. I just didn't talk much because I don't know what to say.
Yeah, if I was muted, I guess I can re-say everything I said, so.
Yeah, you have more stuff to say, Zach. You can just pack it in. You can just not shut up for the whole half.
Aha, there you guys. There it goes.
What?
Miss Hudson comments that either.
Can't hear you guys? You said can't hear you guys. Oh, did you text her?
No.
What?
No.
Why did she say can't hear you guys?
I think she forgot the T. I mean, we're not talking right now, so it's fine. But
What did you do?
all right.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna be outside. I'm gonna see if I can get
That's encouraging. There we go.
Give it a second.
Well, they can hear us right now.
Give it a second.
This makes zero sense.
Yeah, I'm still plugged in. Everything I got plugged in.
this.
Light right here again. Sorry,
Oh, I
boys.
bet it is.
No. Oh, that's promising. We got lights.
Just so you know, they can hear us right now for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Bretta.
Make sure see if it's going through.
Oh man. I love technology. We got one of your heads. Of course.
No,
Testing. Testing. Oh my goodness. Do we have something? There we go. Holy gosh. Oh, that's never happened before. Welcome back, everybody. We're back. Holy gosh. So,
I'm going to blame it on the power outage we had at halftime.
it's not a power outage. That's just, for some reason, so we use this software. For some reason, the software had muted us in a place that I have never, ever seen before. I had to do some digging. I was playing with the soundboard. I was playing with everything. We are back. That is so goofy. We apologize for all the inconvenience that caused. Hopefully, Josh caught everything on camera. For the most part, there was a lot that we missed on the call. It's 13-0 now. Look at that. Bears up by 2 scores. Wow, okay. So the ball's placed at the 50-yard line. We got 7:20 to go. That's also the downside of not having a clock either. 2-man crew. This is all nuts. Kind of chaotic, kind of fun, kind of enthusiastic, but, you know, we'll figure it out. Ronan in the shotgun. He's got Mathis to the side. He'll roll out. Look for his receiver, and looking like he had the catch initially, but ended up falling short for the Eagles. That's David Millark. And it'll set up 4th down for the Eagles.
Number 12, Michael Delaney, going back to return the Nicky Ruinen punt.
Ronan back to punt for the Eagles. Michael Delaney sitting at his own 20, ready to receive the punt. Snap. And kick is up. Delaney moves up a few yards, receives the catch, looking to get any kind of yardage. He's taken down right away. Swarmed by Ben Schrockman.
Little update, because I don't believe anyone heard us. There was another slight power outage. Not a full-field power outage this time. Just lost speakers in the booth. So I would say we're 3 for 3 on the year now.
We're not fully there yet. Knutson under center, but before he's able to complete it, flag on the play. It's going to be a false starter in illegal formation. Rashawn breaks, tapping his head, saying, "My fault, guys." It's going to result in a 5-yard penalty, and the Bears will have to settle for a 1st and 15 on this drive. Play usually not flagged much when Rashawn breaks is in motion, but it happens. He'll line up just off the line. Vital Henderson, top of the screen, and that's where it looks like Knutson was going to try to go, but instead, pressure being brought and being taken down. It looks like it was Will Russell of the Eagles who came in and ended up bringing Knutson to the ground. Eagles haven't been able to get much pressure on Knutson when he looks to throw, and with 6.5 to go, there's a sack and 2nd and a mile now coming up for the Bears as Domshot will check in. Henderson will head to the sidelines. Domshot out wide. Pistol formation. They fake the jet sweep, give it over to Rashawn Breaks. Rashawn Breaks looking to get back to the original line of scrimmage, brought down by the shoulder pads. He's going to be a few yards shy. It'll be around 3rd and 13 for the Bears. Under 6 minutes to go. Ball on their own 22-yard line, quite a ways to go. We'll see what Coach Bartlett decides to draw up. So far, the run and the sweeps have been working, but when you have this amount of chunky yardage to fulfill, passing is usually the way to go, throwing it, and they're going to split the receivers on each end. Henderson on the far side. Rashawn Breaks near side. Knutson looks to his left. Now looking to his right, deciding to scramble. And he'll get maybe half of the yardage, a little over half the yardage to go. Back, it'll be still around 4th and 6, 4th and 5. Bears are going to transition, and they will just punt it away as the ball placed on their own 30-yard line. So once again, for those of you that tuned in late or didn't hear it at all, Bears, what's at stake for this game tonight? A win could potentially give them home field advantage for their first playoff game. I don't believe it's a guarantee, as the punt lands well short on the Bears 45 and takes a roll for the Eagles. But the Bears, a win, like I said, might guarantee them a home playoff spot, or might get them there. Not guaranteed. If they lose, however, they will for sure be on the road when the postseason starts. Bears currently hold a 13-0 lead. Looking for back-to-back shutouts. Shutting out Osseo last week, 23-0. Chris Heim, back-to-back games with the touchdown.
And I think here with 5 minutes left in the third, I think the Eagles really just need to get points on the board here now.
Amazing field position. Ball placed at the 40. Pressure early for Ronan, and he couldn't get it to his target. Marquell Keaton, the intended receiver, he's been targeted quite a few times. Ronan's arguably favorite target tonight. He's had some sweep motions. He's been able to get across. He's been trying to find the edge. He's been active in this Eagles offense, but the pass incomplete as the pass rush for the Bears gets to Ronan, and 2nd and 10 coming up with under 5 to go in the third quarter. Molitor in motion and taking the handoff this time for the Eagles is going to be Justin Kurhosky. Carries the ball for a gain of a couple. It'll be around 3rd and 8. Nope, they'll give him a yard. 3rd and 9. Totino, now's the time. Great field position. They need to strike here soon. Third quarter expiring. 2 receivers near the bottom of your screen. It's Keaton in the slot. Zurek out on the wing. And Ronan's looking for Zurek. And it's incomplete, but a flag is thrown. It was Bennett Gilson on the coverage, and it looks like they're going to get him for pass interference. It didn't look like there was a lot of contact. He was not facing the ball back. Turned, just kind of completely jumped out. Almost jumped like he midair jumping jack kind of formation, just hands out very wide, outstretched. And that's what Bartlett's kind of complaining about. He was in the air, didn't really make a whole lot of contact. Or no, that's Holman too. That's Holman or Coach Post that's very frustrated, barking at the official. But the flag will stand, and that is a huge penalty marker. That'll save the drive for the Eagles. And now this drive becomes even more crucial as the ball's going to be placed right at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10, a new set of down for the Eagles.
And even though I don't think I would agree with the call there per se, I think it's a really tight call. It just comes down to, again, the Bears though just kind of biting themselves in the foot there with the penalties.
Well, the refs blow the whistle, and it's hard to say what exactly for.
I don't know. All the Bears coaches are still barking at the official here on the near sideline.
Well, the ball just got moved up even more. And
So
I wonder if
I don't know if it's on the coaches.
Yeah, I believe this is going to be against the coaching staff.
And they are still barking.
Yeah, so the ball now placed at the 12-yard line, and now, I mean, they're still barking like Josh said. Might have to cool it as Ronan takes the snap, looks right, has his intended target, and being dragged down immediately by Delaney was Noah Hill, getting his first reception, the fullback. It's going to be close to 4 or 5 yards. Setting up great opportunity on second down.
Second down and 6.
It'll be 2nd and 6 from the 8. So costly penalties. Move the ball up. And Totino-Grace within striking distance now to try to split the score in half. They give the ball to Kurhaski. And he is met right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a couple of yards beyond. Dragged back, and it'll be 3rd and short coming up. Josh, what do you think? You think they're going to go for it if it ends up being 4 down territory, or do you send on the field goal unit here?
I think they just need to go for it here. I think this is really the only time they have made it into the red zone tonight, and I think this may be 1 or 2 times they've even made it past half field. And, I mean, that was their starting position.
And we're going to have a timeout. It's going to be called by Totino-Grace, and I believe they're probably going to talk about what I just asked you. If they don't get the first down here, will they get a play ready to go on 4th down so they can go ready to go? And as mentioned earlier in this game, Bears have not been great on the hard count. They have jumped. They haven't just kept their eyes on the ball. They haven't watched when it moves. They just hear and they react to that. They've given up a couple offsides because of it. So maybe that's kind of what the thought process is. Just get up to the line of scrimmage. If you don't get it, see if the Bears can jump, get a new fresh set of downs. I mean, offsides, it's 3rd and 2, will get you the 1st and goal opportunity here.
And I think the Eagles also need to look at it as in, if they don't get it on 4th down, the Bears are stacked up in their end zone. Their defense has not, or the Eagles' defense has not been terrible tonight. It's been tough sledding for the Bears. Their 13 points have not come easily at all. Maybe you hope for a 3 and out, another good field position, and you go for it.
2:46 remaining here in quarter number 3. Ronan will go under center. Justin Kurharski in the backfield. Out wide, it's Malark. In the slot, it's Keaton. And in motion and getting the carry and being stopped. I believe it was. So it is going to be short. Kaharski was short on the play. Gain of 1, 4th and 1. And it looks like that was the call on the timeout. The whole point of the timeout, they're back up on the line. Ronan's ready to go under center.
And I think if you're the Eagles, you try to get the Bears to jump. You know they're jumpy. They've been doing it all night.
Original hard count doesn't work. Ronan looks to the sideline. Looking for his kind of play. They're running out of time. And they are going to take another timeout, talk things over, and it doesn't even seem like they had a play, which to me is very odd. When you call a timeout, I would expect having a play. Maybe I get trying to get them to jump off sides, but 2 timeouts again on a drive. That's the 2nd time. First quarter, they did the exact same thing where they used a drive that took 2 timeouts, and here, I mean, this drive becomes even more important now. 4th and 1.
And the fact that they've taken 2 now, with this, if they get a touchdown here, it'll be a 6-point game if they convert on the field goal also. And with how the drives have been going, they've been long drives for both teams if they do get any yards. And you wonder if they want those timeouts towards the end of the game too.
As it stands, it's 13-0. White Bear Lake. Totino-Grace. Well, now we'll see. Looks like they're huddling up, getting ready to go for it. Didn't know originally if it looked like they were bringing on the field goal unit, taking the points, but why not? They've struggled to move the ball. They're heading up to the line right away. Ronan under center. to Kahursky and making the play for the Bears. It's Tolu Okunle coming up off the edge and reading the play perfectly. It's a loss of a yard or two, and the play is stopped, and he is energetic as he should be. Huge play for the Bears. 1:44 to go in the third quarter, and that is a huge momentum shift, a huge momentum killer for the Eagles. The best drive they had off of flags, off of field position. It's over, and the Bears take over on downs. Wow.
And not just him, but look at the Bears coaching staff. They erupted when they saw that he did not get the first.
Breaks, trying to use his speed to gain some room for his offense. He'll be stopped at the 11. It's a solid gain on first down. It's a gain of 6, 2nd and 4 coming in up. Knutson takes the snap, fakes the initial sweep to Courier.
That'll be a first down.
And Chris Heim taking it up the middle. Gaining 5 yards, and White Bear Lake will pick up a first down. Temperature has dropped down to 38 degrees here in White Bear Lake. I believe that kickoff is around 43, 46, hovering around there. Feels a little bit warmer, but still chilly. Continues to get chilly as the night moves along. It's gridiron weather. Knutson once again under center. Hands it off directly to Heim, who is a couple yards behind, and the Eagles ready for it. Not much on the play, maybe a yard. It looks like that will do it for quarter number 3, 10 seconds, unless they decide to hurry. No, the Bears will be content. They will let it run out. They are heading to the other side of the field, and we will head to quarter number 4 here on the Horn. Quarter number 3 brought some interesting issues to us. We lost sound at halftime, got it fixed. Bears got a touchdown. They're looking to finish this thing out. 12 minutes to go. Bears looking to improve to 6-2 and finish out the regular season here on senior night. And we will see if they can do that, or if the Eagles will come in and ruin their senior night, just like Champlin Park did last week against them. It'll be interesting to see where Totino-Grace is placed next week in terms of postseason. Totino-Grace coming in 0-6 in conference play. All but their first game was in conference play. And as mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, Totino-Grace won their first game. It was on the road. It was against a familiar foe that the Bears face in Mounds View. White Bear Lake also defeated Mounds View on the road earlier this year. Totino-Grace got that win in week 1, but they have lost 6 straight. They are coming into this one at 1-6. They lost senior night, a heartbreaking loss to Champlin Park, as we are underway with Knutson finding Henderson, breaks the initial tackle as Young not able to bring him down, and then a couple of white shirts around, but it's not before Henderson picks up a first down to start this fourth quarter for the Bears.
First and 10 for the Bears from their own 27-yard line.
Pitch now to Breaks. Shifting, still on his feet, getting the first down, losing the football, however.
Breaks, the long carrier.
Tough to see, but it might look like I believe it was Courier who was just able to fall back on it for White Bear Lake. Originally, it looked like somebody from the Eagles had fallen on it. Rashawn breaks shifty once again, picking up a first down, and then he drops the ball. So a lucky break for the Bears. The drive will continue here as we are reaching the 11-minute mark left in regulation. Henderson out wide to the bottom of the screen, breaks in the slot, the lone receivers. Everybody else loaded on the line. Courier in the backfield, he'll get the snap. He's got a head of steam and bulldozes Thomas Mellis, who met him 3 yards in front of the line of scrimmage. Heim using that bulky body of his. Would have been nice if he was able to stay up, but a nice play overall. 2nd and 7 coming up. Bears line of 5 linemen. Tight end on each side. Knutson back to Heim. He'll switch to the left side of the field. Has about the same amount of luck, a gain of 3. It'll bring up 3rd and 3, maybe 3rd and 4 on the play.
And now if you're Bartlett, Zach, are you just kind of running down that clock with only 9:40 left in the game? Are you just looking to slow the game down, keep the clock running? What's the game plan here?
White Bear Lake has been solid offensively at times. They've had good drives. This one looking to be just like this. This one started within their own 10. They're close to midfield now. Still quite a bit of time, but their defense has been productive. Had that 4th down stop as Heim will get the carry once again. Breaks a tackle, and he will pick up 6 yards, and White Bear Lake will move the chains once again.
6 yards on the play, and that's another White Bear Lake.
And if you're the Eagles, it goes back to not having those timeouts. I think it's really going to hurt them here in the fourth quarter. You have no way of stopping the clock.
Well, this drive could be almost the nail in the coffin depending on how this goes. 9 minutes to go, but if White Bear Lake can make this a 3-possession game, a field goal will not do that, but a touchdown, 3 possessions. Totino-Grace, I don't know if they have it in them. Still plenty of time, is looking at breaks, decides against it, then finds Domshot, who gets brought down just shy of the goal line at the 1, and White Bear Lake is set up. Beautiful pass from Knutson and Travis Domshot.
It looks like big hit after he released there. Very gingerly coming back up to the line. See him coming into the picture now. He's just moving slow.
46-yard connection from Gavin Knutson to Travis Domshot. 1st and goal with 8.5 to go. They bring in a big body. Demarion Pollard. Hand off to Chris Heim. He scores again. Number 2, and it's 19-0.
Carries the ball 1 yard into the end zone for a White Bear Lake touchdown.
Well, Totino-Grace, time all of a sudden starting to look like not their friend. They're going to have to score on 3 possessions and maybe all they have left. Eli Treichel on for the extra point. Gavin Knutson the hold. It's up. And it is through, and it is a 20-0 lead here for White Bear Lake on senior night. Looking to get things done and hoping the odds end up in their favor to play a playoff game once again here at White Bear Stadium and avenge last year's horrific loss. White Bear Lake, Coach Bartlett turning this program around 8.5 minutes away from ending the regular season at 6-2.
Now, Zach, speaking of playoffs here, when has Bartlett started thinking about maybe resting a couple of his starters here? It's a cold night. Hits hurt a little bit more when it's in the 30s here. Do you risk some of these injuries just to make sure that you come away with the win?
It'll be interesting to see. I would say if White Bear Lake is able to get a couple stops, even maybe one, have a good drive on offense, run clock, they're looking pretty good here. But as of right now, there's still 8.5 minutes to go, and that's all Coach Bartlett's worried about. Continue to play football, continue to be aggressive. Treichels kick up in the air, received at the 30, and muffed it. Bears have it, and still going before being brought down. It's Jonte Volks with the recovery, and things just go from bad to worse for Totino-Grace. Another special teams error, and this Bears team is fired up. The crowd is fired up.
I was just going to say, Zach, this is probably the loudest I've seen this place when it is this cold out in a very long time.
Absolutely not. Smiles across the home section down below us here from the press box. And that is an absolute killer starting offense still out there in case you were wondering, Josh. But given maybe their final drive here, depends on how this one goes, how much time they can kill. But Totino-Grace, they need a 3-and-out desperately here. Student section here in White Bear Lake already believing that the Eagles will fall to 1-7. That's what they chant. As pass from Knutson, looking in the arms, and a great catch. Vital Henderson, are you kidding me? The Bears extend the lead, and it's becoming a slaughter. The house is coming down here in White Bear Lake. 4-possession game, 26-0. Eagles have no answers. One play off the turnovers. All Gavin Knutson needs. He finds Vital Henderson, who's now got back-to-back games with a touchdown grab.
I don't know what to say, Zach. The last 2 games we have broadcast, we have seen some incredible high school catches.
Fully outstretched into the end zone, takes a tumble as the extra point. Perfect from Eli Treichel. 27 rip.
And out of nowhere, Zach, this game just exploded.
Well, hopefully you didn't blink because, I mean, it just went bang, bang. White Bear Lake, quick strikes. 8:12 to go. I mean, that took seconds. Unbelievable.
And the goodbye chants have started here in White Bear Lake. I think that was a nail in the coffin, Zach.
Yeah, that's absolutely brutal for the Eagles. It goes from bad to worse to, oh, God, please, no.
And like you said, Zach, the Eagles wanted the ball back. That was the quickest way they could have got the ball back right there.
Treichel for another kick. In all honesty, if you're the Eagles, you might as well fair catch it. They're going to run up. This time it's secured. He'll be brought down. And making the return for the Eagles is Michael Strong. Well, the Bears defense, last time they were out, it was a 2-possession football game. And now that they're back out, it's doubled. It's a 4-possession ball game. Alex Westad apologizing to the crowd as he's going to have to cut out Sweet Caroline. How brutal. Gilson.
It's a turnover.
Making contact, and Delaney grabbing the pick. He's going to return it to the house. There was early contact. David Millark was the intended target. Michael Delaney had the initial pick. But Bennett Gilson, and he knows it, gets flagged. It's going to be pass interference. It's going to be a costly 5 yards, under 8 to go.
Pass interference on White Bear Lake and unsportsmanlike conduct on White Bear Lake.
And White Bear Lake's also going to get flagged. We are
And it's on a
told.
coach again.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct against White Bear Lake. So back-to-back 15-yard penalties. That's, I believe that's how it's going to work. Maybe not. I don't remember the last time I've ever seen a 15-yard penalty mixed with an unsportsmanlike on the same team nonetheless. On the bright side, Westad continues Sweet Caroline for the student section. They continue to be hype, as they should.
And I would say I do not believe the White Bear Lake coaching staff and the officiating crew are getting along very well tonight. I don't think they're going to be going out together tonight.
Yeah, that's going to be a costly 30-yard penalty, and Totino-Grace set up in a much better position. Looking to make the most of the opportunity they have. Still 7:57. Who knows, maybe they can make a comeback of the year statement tonight. That's what they're going to try to do with Ronan dropping back, taking the snap, looking wide. And it looked like there might have been initial miscommunication. It was Marquel Keaton, again, the intended target. He initially got by, ended up getting his right hand on it, couldn't haul it in. As he and Anderson bickering back and forth, giving some chatter, some nice banter, trash talk to each other.
Clock gets stopped at 7:52 left in the fourth. And if you're the Eagles, you need to score a touchdown here. You're not walking away with the field goal. It is touchdowns or nothing now.
4-down territory no matter what to add on to that point, and they're just going to be throwing. Ronan once again looking, great pass deflection. It looked like Keaton had it. And Anderson, or excuse me, I believe that's Mueller.
Devin Mueller on coverage for the Bears.
And there's just been some great defensive coverage by the Bears in the backfield there.
Excellent coverage. The ball looked like it was going to be in the breadbasket. It was thrown a little behind Keaton. But nonetheless, Bears able to get back and get a hand on it, get a paw on it, bat it down. 3rd down. Ronan this time will just start in shotgun. Heading, ball's tipped in the air off the helmet. Keaton not able to catch it, jumps up. He had a couple Bears in coverage. It looked like it was Mueller and Anderson. And also in the general vicinity, Marshall Loix was also there. 4th down coming up for the Eagles. They need to go for it. To the point in the game, they don't have time. The Bears offense is getting going. The run game's been solid for White Bear tonight, especially in the second half. This first half, you wouldn't have thought the Gateways and the Floods would be coming down like it has. It was only 6-0 at the half. And White Bear Lake has just found their grooves as Ronan looking to his right, throwing in triple coverage, and it's picked off by Delaney. Delaney still on his feet, avoids the tackle. Maybe thought he was initially tackled as he just kind of, was down by contact. And Michael Delaney picks off, I believe it was Keaton once again in coverage.
Bears take over following the interception, 1st and 10.
Either way, White Bear Lake, arguably, it doesn't really matter, but arguably it would have been better in terms of yardage to just bat it down, but got to feel good for Michael Delaney. Gets this one not taken away by a pass interference. And with 7.5 to go, Bears take over on downs. Or take over on the interception, take over on downs, it would have been the same.
A little bit different of a formation here from the Bears.
Number 1, Rayshawn breaks the ball.
Rayshawn breaks, taking the ball.
Tyler Hand with
bringing a couple defenders with them for a gain of a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8. Clock will continue to go. We've stressed enough in the second half on that drive earlier that Totino-Grace had. Their second to last drive. On the far end, they were within the 10. Not able to convert, stopped on downs by the Bears, used 2 timeouts. They're down to 1. Clock will be able to go, and off the QB draw, Knutson found space and will gain a couple more yards, slides down wisely, and lets the clock continue.
Slides down after a gain of 3 yards. They're down at 4. Students, if you find yourself missing a phone, we've just been given a phone up here at the press box. So please come up and get it before the game ends.
We're reaching the 6-minute mark here in the final quarter of play. Bears taking their time, no rush at all. 3rd and 4. Knutson sends breaks in motion. Hands off to Cole Sather. He'll be stopped at the line to gain, or at the line of scrimmage. It'll result in 4th down. Clock stops, and I believe Totino-Grace might have just used their 3rd and final timeout.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
No clue exactly why the clock stopped. There it goes. Maybe we're deciding on the spot of where the ball would be placed. Now clock continues to roll.
Number 20, Josiah Young, back teacher, received a Travis Township phone. Hi.
You lost your phone?
Phone?
Yes.
Is this you?
Thank you. Thank you.
Tom shot back to punt it away. Hasn't had to do it.
High punt, or high snap there.
Rolling the right way this time.
Not far punt.
That's a great.
Takes a White Bear Lake bounce and then halts dead on their own 45-yard line. That's where the Eagles will take over with 5:20 to go. Different script for both teams. Well, same script more than likely for White Bear Lake. Last time they played around, different for the Eagles. Eagles trying to pull off a miracle at this point, trying to avoid 7 losses in a row. White Bear Lake looking to get their 3rd straight victory heading into the postseason for both of these teams. White Bear Lake, I believe 2nd or 3rd in their conference. Totino-Grace dead bottom as the pitch out and dropped. More problems continue as Justin Kaharski not able to hang out, and Ronan took a shot.
And I think that's about his 5th shot in a row ever since he's been dropping back. The Bears have got to him.
He is feeling it, walking gingerly. It'll be 2nd and long. Passing situations the rest of the way for the Eagles. Looking at this point, too, worst case scenario, if they don't even come away with this win, which it continues to be more and more unlikely, getting some type of consolation points, avoiding a shutout here, get some momentum heading into the postseason. Play action, and just getting it away to Keaton. And Keaton staying in bounds. They'll mark him just a yard or 2 shy of the marker, and what a great play for Ronan. Tolu Okunle was sniffing out Ronan again. He had that big defensive stop earlier for a turnover on downs, looking to get his 1st sack of the evening. And instead it's going to be 3rd and short, and more importantly, Keaton's able to get out of bounds.
And again, the Bears, there's a big hit there again.
It's Keaton again. Trying to juke defenders, not able to do so. Still technically on his feet, and finally the officials will blow the whistle. Getting there first was Gilson. it is going to be enough for the Eagles to gain a first down under 5 minutes to go.
And the Eagles are lucky they didn't get called there for a hold.
Under center, Ronan drops back, fakes the handoff, play action, going deep, and another pick for Michael Delaney. Back to back, running along the far sideline up to midfield and brought down along the sideline near the 40. They're going to spot him at the 43. And Michael Delaney reads the play again. Double coverage for White Bear Lake, and he's got his second pick of the evening. Michael Delaney continues to be clutch for White Bear Lake, and the Bears will take over once again. Michael Delaney coming in. We have 5 games worth of stats, had 2 interceptions prior. Could have had more. We don't know for sure, but he's at least up to 4. That's what we do know. Muff snap, Knutson ends up making it a positive play. Gain of 6 for Gavin Knutson, and it'll be second and short. Clock continues to roll. We're nearing 3.5 minutes to go. White Bear Lake just ready to finish out the regular season here. We'll see if they get a postseason game here at home, and if they do, we'll see if we'll be able to broadcast as Sather able to carry it and gets well enough for a White Bear Lake first down. Chains will continue to move, and that also means the clock will continue to move.
And it looks like the backups are going to start coming in here, I think. Possibly. Yep, here comes Heidi.
So Heidi Barber comes into the ball game for White Bear Lake. For those of you that don't know, Heidi Barber, one of 2 females, one of 2 women here, young women that are on varsity football teams. There's also Jess Eklund of Mankato East, who is a long snapper for varsity. She's a slot receiver on JV, and it's great to see Heidi Barber come in. Gabe Bartlett on the broadcast, who, for those of you that also don't know, is the nephew of current head coach Ryan Bartlett. Mentions that Bartlett has high praise for Heidi Barber. Says she's not on the team for any special reasons, just that she's got one heck of an arm and she can play. She's in at quarterback, takes the snap, handoff, and gain of a few right off the penalty. It was 1st and 15. It'll maybe be second and 13 coming up. When Heidi Barber came in last, we didn't really get to see her sling it at all. Hopefully we'll be able to see a few pass attempts. Michael Delaney came in at quarterback actually last week, and Heidi Barber just took 2 snaps, both kneel downs to finish the game. Heidi Barber, also a junior, also on the varsity basketball squad. We covered her as well last year. Handoff the wrong way. Miscommunication between her and her back, Avian Aitkins, who also had a carry last week. She'll just be able to get back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd and 14 with 1.5 to go here. Bears are going to improve to 6-2. They will go undefeated at home, 4-0, 2-2 on the road they finish as. As for the Eagles, they went 0-4 at home, the complete opposite. They fall to 1-3 on the road. They'll be 1-7 heading into the postseason. Hand off to Akins again, and once again he's stopped close to the line, maybe gains a yard. As we have reached the final minute, Bears can have one final play if they wish. Eagles could call one final timeout, I guess, and have a crack at the possession if they would like to.
I think the Eagles really have started to wave the white flag here.
Yeah, they haven't used that final timeout, nor does it look like they're going to. Clock continues to roll. Bears will need to snap it just, well, then again, if they play will stop no matter what, because it is fourth down unless they get the first down, and there's Avian Akins. Good chunky yardage. Is not going to be close to the first down. That'll stop the clock with 19.9 seconds. So the Bears not able to run the clock out. Tried to run out as much as possible, but the defense will have to come in. Backups will get a snap, maybe two, on their resume. New quarterback in as well for the Eagles. Jake Peterson getting reps. He'll hand the ball off and going and getting a first down very efficiently was Sile Berg. Sile Berg, I believe last week as well, also had a great run. Ended up getting a carry that went the distance. Oh no, that was Justin Kuhaski, my bad. We had the touchdown last week, but that'll do it. Clock runs out. Eagles won't run another play, and the Bears will finish the regular season with a 27-0 victory, back-to-back shutouts. Beautiful job from White Bear Lake Bears, outscoring their opponents by 50, and they will improve to 6-2, undefeated at home. So the ever more importance of home field advantage for White Bear Lake. If they'll be able to get it, their hopes are kept alive with the win tonight. If they are able to clinch a home field postseason game, we will look to see if we can bring it to you here on the Horn. I can hopefully promise you we won't have any technical issues. I can't guarantee it here at White Bear Stadium, but I can promise you the best we can do. Hopefully we'll have a more full crowd. We'll get more action. But that's if we have a home playoff game, obviously scheduled to be determined. But nonetheless, great victory here from White Bear Stadium. Shout out to Pods Complete Car Care and Accessories, too. You saw them on the scoreboard. They did an outstanding job. They're an outstanding group. If you need anything with your car, great place to check out. Thank you to them, as well as Will Anderson and American Family Insurance. Thanks to him for the support they've given us as well. And that's about ready to wrap it up here. Josh, we'll get your final thoughts here on this one.
I think it was a great game for the Bears. A little slow in the first there, but I think they really came alive in the second. Saw a little bit more throws than we did last game. Got those 2 touchdowns off of those throws, really. Nice to see that the defense still showed up. The defense held the ground just like the last game. I think really the only major thing the Bears need to work on defensively, at least, is just not those penalties. I think the penalties really is the only thing that hurt them tonight. But other than that, Bears, they're looking forward to the playoffs.
It'll be exciting. It's that time of the year. The weather's gone down. I wonder what the temperature's like outside. It's 36 degrees. Not much wind, thankfully, but we are at that time. It's gridiron, it's football weather, it's cold, it's brisk. I love it. Even though I've got a jacket on, staying warm, I love it. I love this game. I love this weather. And it's great to see the Bears finishing 6-2 on the regular season.
Massive turnaround from what the Bears were when we were in middle school even. Just a massive turnaround, and it's just cool to see an organization come from where they were not that long ago to what they're doing now. It's just awesome to see.
Great to see back-to-back homecoming victories as well. When we were in school, we didn't even have.
Oh, goodness, no.
Yeah, all 4 years, we didn't even win a single homecoming game. So it's great to see Coach Bartlett has this program turned around. It looks a lot better. Trust the process. It took many, many, many years here. A lot of doubts. But White Bear Lake football, they're for real, and they're ready to go postseason. They played tough against Blaine and Stillwater. Their only 2 losses on the season. And, oh, by the way, Stillwater coming into tonight was undefeated. They're 7-0. They probably finished 8-0. So that'll do it for us here at White Bear Stadium. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Otherwise, we will be back maybe next with boys basketball or for sure boys hockey whenever that season rolls around. If White Bear Lake does not have a home football game, stay tuned for that. We will hopefully let you know with some positive news. But thanks for tuning in once again. Sorry for all the troubles. Sorry for not having a clock. Sorry for any audio issues that we had earlier in the third quarter. But we just appreciate all of you. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast. And I'll do it for Josh Dorr. Thank you for being here, camera, running all of that. Great to have you. And as for myself, Zach Chapman, we are saying so long here from White Bear Stadium. White Bear Lake football taking the win again, 27-0. Have a good night, everyone.